the deal? Well, the white is the soul nigga. I'm about to bring to you Whitey.
How you doing? Welcome to the Whitey McFord Show. Today we have a wonderful show. We have, well, first of all, Santa Anna, because we're low on budget, and President McKinley's grandson, the 6th McKinley. Now we'll start off by bringing in Santa Anna! He's going to show us how to properly lift weights. He'll be demonstrating this the entire show. There he goes. Look at him go. Alright, now, McKinley Jr. There he is. Alright, today we're going to interviewing the great-great-grandson of McKinley. And he's going to be telling us about his great-great-great-grandfather. We'll start off with a couple questions. First of all, tell us about the Spanish-American War. What was it, and what effect did it have on the nation?
I'd be happy to, Whitey.
Well, tell us!
The war between the U.S. and the Filipino revolutionaries, which may be seen as a continuation of the Philippine Revolution against Spanish rule. The Treaty of Paris in 1898, which concluded the Spanish-American War, transferred Philippine sovereignty from Spain to the U.S., but it was not recognized by Philippine leaders, whose troops controlled the entire archipelago except the capital city of Manila. By 1902, U.S. troops had defeated the insurgency, though sporadic fighting continued until 1906. The U.S. retained possession of the island, except for the Japanese occupation during World War II until 1946.
Well, that's great right there. Now, what did the Gold Standard Act do for the country?
Well, I'd be happy to tell you again. The Gold Standard Act of 1900 was the culmination of epic political battles over the monetary policy in the U.S., but it also reflected an age-old debate over whether gold or silver should control monetary measurements. The act set the value of gold at $20,067 per troy ounce. Troy weight is based on pound of 12 ounces.
You're not very good at reading those numbers now, are you? Now, take a second and look at Santa Anna's form. Look at his form.
That's beautiful.
Enough about Santa Anna. After all, he lost the war. What did the Dingley Act of 1897 do?
The Dingley Act of 1897, introduced by U.S. Representative Nelson Dingley, Jr. of Maine, raised tariffs in the U.S. to counteract the Wilson-Gorman Tariff Act of 1894, which had lowered rates. Under the Act, tariff rates reached a new high, averaging 46.5%, and in some cases up to 57%. The Republican president, my great-great-great-grandfather, William McKinley, fully supported the bill.
Not too bright again, are we? I think the word you said was counteract. Now explain to us your great-grandfather's way of leading the nation. How did he lead the nation?
Well, true leadership is not just simply making bold decisions. More times than not, the best course of action for an effective leader is exercising a patience during high-pressure situations in order to rationally and logically find the answer. An effective leader must have a mission, but must also be flexible in that mission so he can meet the changing needs of their country. McKinley did just that, to give the nation the best possible outcome of the situation.
No, that is very intriguing.
Next question.
Now, what do you believe your great-grandfather's role, what was the importance of his presidency, and what did it do on the nation at the time?
Well, elected when the prestige and influence of the presidency was low, he restored and expanded the power and authority of his office. McKinley strengthened the presidency, traveled widely, and gave the press greater access to the White House. His management of Congress was masterful, and he relied boldly on constitutional powers to shape policy in the new American possessions. The evolution of strong modern presidency began during his term in office. McKinley laid the basis for further growth under Roosevelt and Woodrow Wilson.
Now, what about your role in history?
Well, McKinley is a key figure in modern history because he was the first American president to put expansionism and imperialism in practice.
Now, that's very nice. So would you say your great-grandpa was a good president for the nation or not?
I would say he's an excellent
Let's dance,